Hey guys, we are back in with another Dragonheir video, and today's video will be going over the lightning heroes, lightning epic heroes, and I'm not alone today. I have Scratch with me on the channel. Scratch, how are you doing, buddy?
Yo, what's up? What's up? Doing great, bro. Doing great. Just looking at this, some awesome, amazing epics that we have in the lightning element.
Oh
Pretty
yeah, there
pretty
some of
cool
them are
ones.
pretty amazing. Yeah,
Hundred
most of them I
percent.
think are kind of usable. I think there's this is one of the few factions or few affinities that really did well with the epics. Still lacks a lot of healing power overall,
Yeah,
but they added Nathaniel this time, so there is some healing, but his healing's a bit weak from what my tests were.
yeah.
But
And
let's go over them one by one as well
we need
and see
another
what.
decrease attack here, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, decrease attack is also another problem.
Mm,
But let's go over shagroll first. Shagroll is amazing, actually. He deals a lot of damage. So his first passive is that basic attacks have 25% chance to attack twice. So if you're building somebody like Evelios, right, who benefits from basic attacks from other Dauntless heroes, he's pretty amazing.
mm.
Also on himself, like I've seen like people use him in arena, even at top end for team arena, and he can really smack. Like his ultimate actually hits pretty hard. He leaps towards an enemy and makes like 5 slashes, and then gains attack up if he kills somebody.
Mm.
And this usually goes towards the enemy with the lowest HP.
Yeah,
And all his skills are counted as basic attack. So if you're looking for some, Dauntless really benefits from the basic attack synergy.
yeah.
Evelios, there's another epic we'll review is Shalter. Both of them benefit a lot from basic attacks.
True, true. Shelter right here for you. Just brought him in the menu, and
Yeah,
interesting one as well. Yeah.
yeah, he's pretty cool. He deals derivative damage. He's one of the few top true DPS champions in Lightning, besides Evelios and the other one, which is the Elemental exclusive, Nazjenka.
Yeah. It's
So he
actually
his basic attacks,
interesting. Yeah.
yeah. Go ahead.
Interesting for the vortex, I think, with this passive. I haven't tested it myself, but I've seen a couple of clanmates doing it, which is pretty nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I think in beta, a lot of players were using him. Before we didn't have champions like Tarviol, Garrett. So he was used a lot in beta. Pretty good champion overall. At least in the first difficulty, people were using him a lot. His
Yeah.
basic attacks like I have like a 30% chance of doing derivative damage to enemies, and it can bounce around like 4 times, which is pretty cool. And then he has like a on his battle skill, he grants like 50%, 15% attack up to an ally, and also does derivative lightning damage. So you're having two skills which doing derivative damage, right?
Yeah.
And then on the last one, enhances all allies and foes them granting blessing of the thunder for 15 seconds. When launching basic attacks, all allies with basic of thunder have 30% chance of summoning a lightning strike that deals derivative damage. So overall, like, so that's why like basic attack speed is so good for dauntless heroes. The what you really want in this champion, like if you have to build him, you build him in the platinum knight set, and you build him with a lot of enlightenment,
Yeah.
and then attack. Don't really care much about the crit chance or crit damage. You want to focus mainly on attack speed as the third substat that you want.
Yeah. 100%. Like he's gonna put in a lot of work built right. Then we have Lydia, not the death sinner. We have just regular Lydia here, and every
Yeah, so
fifth basic attack grants max HP shield to the hero. And
yeah, she's supposed to be a defense unit, so I think the passive really works well with her.
mm, definitely, yeah, she's an interesting one. You have immortality, attack speed up, which is very nice. We were just talking about it. Of course, it's just for 5 seconds, and it's just on herself. That's the main problem. If this would have been on all allies, it would have been great. But then what you have from her is the control immunity, which is so rare, man. On
Yeah,
epics and
control
rares.
immunity is very, very rare. I think there's Philosia who does it AoE in the Frost team,
Yeah, I think
but
it's one
other
more
than that,
epic if
there's
I'm not
nothing.
mistaken. Yeah.
Yeah, so this champion was the only one in beta that could do this, but the ultimate is very, very long. I think 12 seconds is common with most of the legendaries, or any control unit is also 12 seconds. So I feel like they should have made it like 11 seconds.
Yeah,
She's
just to
okay.
cut in front
Yeah,
of the rest. Yeah.
there's her battle skill is really weird. Like I feel like it should be AoE, like you
Yeah,
said. This is
it's
yeah. What you won't get anything else because she's not a dauntless hero. So even if you're using him with Shalter, Evelios, she's not going to be counted. Her basic attacks are not going to be counted.
no, and I feel like it was better. I know there is no skill doing it, but it would be better to grant skill haste, and then with the skill haste that you would be granted from here on 7 seconds, you could make your ultimate faster than 12 seconds, and
Yeah.
crack on with it.
Yeah, that would have been interesting. I don't think there's any champion in the game that does skill
No,
haste
there
stuff.
isn't. Yeah, I'm just saying it would have been nice instead of that
Yeah.
immortality or increased attack speed up on her, which is useless, on the defense
Yeah.
hero. Then we have Lola. I feel like a lot of people are using
Oh, it's
Lola.
Iola. It's Iola.
Is Iola? Okay, I'm calling her Lola
I
for
used to
whatever
call her
reason.
Lola as well, and then somebody corrected me.
Yeah, I'm calling her Lola. I feel like it just stuck with me now. So Lola will be Iola.
Yeah, Iola. She's pretty dope. She's pretty good for arena mainly, but also for other PvE content where you need AoE attack down. So she's pretty good for those kind of content.
Mm,
Uh, she, mainly, she is like a control unit. She's built entirely for control, and control is really powerful in arena. And
yeah.
her silence can be converted into stun, and the duration kind of somewhat increases a bit too, right? So
Hmm.
you have silence for 5 seconds, and then if you convert it into a stun, then it's 5 seconds of stun.
How you
So it's
convert it into a stun? What do you mean?
so when she attacks enemies that are already silenced,
Ah,
she
yeah,
has a
the
chance of
passive. Yeah,
converting
yeah,
into
yeah, yeah,
stun.
yeah.
Yeah.
I thought
So
I thought there was something on the skill here. I was like, what is he talking about? Yeah, with the passive, I got you.
the cool thing that I would like to do with her is like test her out with there's a artifact that gives you 80% of the 80% of the ult energy whenever you ult,
Mm.
right? There's a 20% chance. So if she ults again, I wanted to see like if all the silence gets converted into stun. So it would be pretty cool.
Yeah, it would be interesting actually. Yeah,
Yeah.
but she's the only decreased attack hero in here, man. If I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken, huh? A lot of
That's the
people use
problem.
her.
Yeah.
Turnus.
I think if they introduce some more attack down for lightning, it would be much better.
I like this bear guy would be nice to have decreased attack too.
Yeah, Turnus is pretty amazing, especially when you're building out a team with Shalter or Evelios. He gains attack speed for every dauntless ally.
Yeah,
So if you have 3 dauntless, which is typical, you are getting like
60%.
60% extra.
That's nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And on his battle skill, he's getting attack up as well.
yeah. Which
But
is-
it doesn't work on Vortex, so just be careful of that.
why?
Because it only works if he hits like 3 or more targets.
I actually, yeah, okay. I thought that is something else that doesn't work. Like attack up. I was like, why? Why wouldn't that work? Jumps and strikes an
only
enemy.
doesn't work in Vortex and some of the other dungeons, so you have to be careful
Yeah, yeah,
about it. But
with
he
these
still gets a lot
conditional
of
things,
attack
yeah.
up. Yeah. And on his battle skill, he jumps and strikes an enemy. For the next 10 seconds, an ally launches a basic attack. The hero has 50% chance of dealing additional damage to it. This is not again derivative damage, so you can build him with crit and crit damage, and this attack can crit. This lightning damage.
Yeah, as in okay-ish, I guess.
Yeah.
Naguk.
Naguk is so.
Yeah.
He's like he has this interesting it's kind of weird champion, right? So his passive is the static
Ah, yeah,
field.
he's
but
the one
on
with the
his-
static fields as well on the ultimate. I remember now. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, and on his ultimate he will make this AoE static field.
yeah,
and
exactly. On all the
it's
area, which
like
is nice.
if your champion gets hit with it, like if the enemy gets hit with it, he'll stun. So it's a mainly focused for arena, but when you have somebody like Iola or Lola, like there's no reason to use him. Like I think he doesn't fit into any team, like even for PvE or for PvP. There's like it's just weird, this entire kit. Like they need to like rebalance this champion, so at least he's doing something interesting. Make him do attack penalty too, so at least we have a defense unit that we can use from lightning.
From here, yeah. Some of them, I mean, I think they thought about them to make them interesting, but I feel like they haven't realized that they're not that great. This one, for example, she's pretty nice.
Yeah, so she's like a shield remover. If
Can
you
you can
don't
you
have a
can you
shield
pronounce
remover,
the name for me, please?
no,
I want to see if you can do it because I cannot. Ihuikatl,
Yukato,
Ihuikatl, Ihuikatl.
Yukato. Yeah,
It's almost like
Yukato.
putting a bit of a German accent. Ihuikatl, Ihuikatl.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those Native American names or like some of the other native tribal names that I haven't heard of before.
It might be. She's a
Yeah,
nice. I like the ultimate skill on this hero actually. It's pretty nice. Yeah.
yeah. Defense up helps you with the sustainability. Defense is very strong for damage mitigation, and
Yeah.
she's also gonna heal at all out as. But I wish the healing would occur regardless of it being like 50% below, because
Y-
then you have to somewhat time it.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, that's one thing that I feel like it should be like just constant heals.
I wish would be a decreased attack somewhere as well, so I could use it in my future team
No, we
for
don't have
Radiance
decreased attack in
Lightning.
this
You know.
thing. Yeah, we don't have
Nim?
much decreased attack.
No, not at all.
Nimbus. Nimbus is pretty good. Especially he fills that filler role of your DPS support kind of role, where he's gonna be increasing his attack speed a lot,
Yeah.
and he gains attack speed whenever obtaining a buff. And if you pair him with any buff giver, there are not many. Like the one that we reviewed right now, Ehul Cattle. She provides the defense up, so he will gain like one stack. But the problem is like I think outside of Evelios, he provides the attack speed up, but there are not many buff givers, right? You have to pair them with radiant support to
Yeah.
get
You
the
do. You
stats
do.
going.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's more of a he's gonna enable like Shelter or Evelios to do more damage. His ultimate is pretty good as well. So
Mhm.
locks on an enemy for 2 seconds, during which he's going to fire these 4 missiles, and the lock-on duration is affected by a hero's attack speed, right? So the more attack speed you have on him, the better it is.
The more rockets you're kicking out. Yeah.
Yeah,
Is an
but pretty
interesting
good.
one.
Yeah, he's also ranged, so that's very few in lightning as well.
True. He has a strange design though. Like he has that massive shotgun in there. I don't know, and just these flying wings. I don't know if I'm thinking of Spider-Man or the Goblin, from the movie, or I'm thinking of something else. But he feels like a combination of everything. And
Yeah, it's like a transformer.
we still have a few more
Voltag.
epics actually. Yeah, Voltag
Yeah.
right here. Resistance for
Yeah,
serious
so
trials.
this is another champion that I think needs a buff. Attack penalty 1 again on his ultimate. This needs to completely be changed. This needs to be attack penalty 2. Like, there's no reason why an epic hero has attack penalty 1.
Yeah, I know. I feel like this is a thing for rares. Like if you think, and I'm not saying to change it to all the rares because I love my Sigrid and other champs that do an amazing job. But I feel like most of the epics should have this, like, no questions asked. Like they are better in rarity, and the legendaries already bring quite a lot of other things
Yeah.
on top of it.
Yeah, legendaries are a separate question entirely. But like, if you look at epics, like they shouldn't be having attack penalty 1. And even on his battle skill, he's doing defense up 1 for I don't know what reason. Like it should be defense up 2.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
it's
that's
the
the
same
small
thing. Like
version too.
it's like a rare, but they just slapped the epic target or epic rarity on him. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, and just gave him two AoEs basically. That's about it. That's about it. But if you're looking at the armor, right, at the like the belt, reminds me of the legendary one that has it on the shoulder. I can't remember the name. It's the new one that was added this season. That's why I'm still not familiar with the name, but I'll show it to you in a second.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Nathaniel.
Nathaniel, this is like the twin of the summoner one. You have HP in all battles. Not many
Yeah.
have this, right?
Yeah, HP battle is always good. Like you can use it, but I feel like
Defense is
something
better,
more like
yeah.
accuracy more or attack speed more for Dauntless would have been better. But we don't really see much of those things.
Mm. The healing,
So,
5% max HP. Once
Whenever
every
a buff
second.
expires, yeah.
So you need to bring in a lot of buffers to get some healing from him.
No,
You
he
get-
does his buffs too. Like so, this recovery over time when this is a buff. So
Yeah, I
when
know, I
this buff expires, he will heal for 5% more.
Mm.
So decent still. And on his ultimate, he also does a buff, which is a defense up 1. I don't know why defense up 1, but since he's doing a lot more, like for each enemy hit by the skill, the shield increases. So it's still okay for me. Like the defense up is kind of like a secondary to boost his passive.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. I
So
feel
I'm
like
okay with the defense being up one. Yeah.
you bring another hero that buffs, and you time them to don't buff at the same time, so the buffs don't expire in the same second. You're gonna get a lot of healing from him.
Yeah, definitely.
Shook, Mr. Shook.
He looks like the same design as Twitch, and
Yeah, just
yeah, they just slapped a different skin on him. That's
they
it.
did it to a few heroes, I guess. Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
necessarily a bad thing as long as they modify some things on them. Like all games do it. But if they're just straight as the same, that's bad. Luckily, they're not exactly the same.
Yeah, but this is one of the few champions with attack penalty too, actually. And he has a very interesting passive, which I don't think is used that much outside of Arena or maybe Ancient Battlefield, where
Yeah.
the enemy gains a buff, his ultimate energy is going to recharge. It's kind of like a mini Garika passive. Garika
True.
has a very similar passive. And he also has a chance of reducing the ultimate energy of a single target by 5%. I feel like there should have been more.
Yeah,
like
more because it's
10%.
not even 100% chance. So I know
Yeah.
there are 3 hits, but
Yeah, it's 75% chance, 3 hits. It should be like 10% at least, right?
yeah, to make more sense. Yeah, for sure.
But at least he's doing a lot more on his ultimate. He's dispelling the shields. He's inflicting them with attack penalty too, recharging speed penalty as well. So it's the recharging speed penalty is only for I think it's only going to work for Grave of Curse, right?
Yeah.
But outside of that, attack penalty 2 is always good, right?
Yeah, and it's
They're not
actually the
really
second hero.
champions.
I don't know why I remember there was only one epic here that does a decreased attack. So this is nice actually to have it on to just help out. But yeah, it's not something that you would use in the Vortex, not something that you would use in most of the areas, but it's still a decent hero. And yeah, the battle skill would be nice to have to deplete more ultimate energy.
Yeah, I think this hero is also needs a buff. A lot of lightning support units definitely need a buff. Their damage dealers are pretty strong, but yeah, their supports needs some work.
100%, man. Yeah, that does all the epics. We're done with all of them.
Yeah, next up we're gonna try to move towards rares as well.
Yeah, we will do some rares as well, definitely, because there are quite a few interesting rares. I'm actually using quite a few of them from just different elements, and they're tons of fun. Yeah.
Yeah, rares. Some of the rares are pretty strong. Not all of them, but we'll probably do something with a short list of best rares instead of going rares over each affinity. Oh, this Rush. This
Yeah,
was the one you were
reminds me
talking
of his head a bit. They're not really the same, but a bit kind of gave me that vibe.
Oh, okay.
Gave me that
But that's
vibe.
pretty much it for today, guys. Thanks, Crash, for joining me on this epic review.
Yeah, pleasure as always, bro. Pleasure as always, and we'll catch you all soon, guys.
All right, take care.
Peace.